hi there. Welcome, Mindsetters, to a Matchless show. I'm Looney, and with me is Pete.
Oh my goodness. Last week you told me you wanted nothing to do with Valentine's Day, and now you're singing.
No.
This is like not cool at all. How's it, Looney? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely well, for
What
sure.
are we doing for the Mindsetters?
Well, before I tell you what we're doing today, I think, folk, what I need to do is I need to introduce you.
I was going to do that.
Oh, you do it. Go for it.
What are we doing first?
Okay, what we're doing first today, geez, I'm getting orders like you can't believe this is like living with my wife again. Alright, what we're doing today is we're going to continue from last week's lesson. So we're looking at solving financial problems. That's it in a nutshell.
Alright, Mindsetters, you heard it. Solving financial problems. Remember to hit us up on Facebook and Twitter at Learn Extra, and then you can download the show notes, the videos, and the schedules on learn.mindset.co.za. Now you know it's being bossy, right? Because I want to do the special things on the show. So we've got two special gents in studio, James and Karabo. How are you guys doing?
Good, thanks, and you?
Good, thanks.
I'm good. Can you just guys tell us about yourselves, what subjects you do,
Okay.
where you go, and whatever?
Okay, my name is Karabo Mloto. I go to St. Stephen's Boys College. I'm in matric, and I'm quite a sports fanatic.
Oh, that's cool. And you, James?
My name is James Humphrey. I hopefully go to the same school as him.
Hopefully.
And quite a sport fanatic. Enjoy chess quite a lot, actually. So, yeah.
All right, thank you guys for joining us and for being here. I hope you guys do enjoy the session with the Mindsetters at home. So,
Okay, the reason why, I must just clarify, why James says he hopes he goes to the same school is because we got a boys' school and a girls' school on the same premises.
Okay.
And Karabo tends to spend 90% of his time at the
With the
boys'
girls.
school,
Oh.
but the other one, James,
Oh,
I'm
so
not
is it the
100% sure. Okay. Right, let's get on with the lesson. Right, what are we doing today? Let's have a look at our summary. In this lesson, we're going to be introduced and do calculations with regards to various tariff structures, income and expenditure, profit and loss, cost price and selling price, and break-even analysis. Now remember what I said to you early on in this lesson. We are now currently going to continue from last week's lesson. So I'm not going to repeat a lot of the stuff we said last week because that would be pointless. Because what you can do is you can actually click on our web page and you can get last week's show downloaded by just with a click of a button or something like that. I don't know, Leni, you know how to do
yeah,
it.
just click.
Just click, she says. I don't know where you click, but you just click. All right, so let's have a look at today's challenge question first of all, and here it goes. Graphs can sometimes be misleading. Examine the following graphs and answer the questions that follow. So here we have two graphs. Now, folks, when we get questions like this in an exam, remember what I have always said, and that's this. Before I even look at the questions, look at the resources, study them, and see if anything makes sense, and if you can pick up any sort of things. And I'm going to ask James and Karabo right now if they see anything weird and wonderful about this first graph, okay? But you just got to say yes or no. You can't tell us because at the end of the show, we're going to go through this challenge question and then they're going to give us the answer. Well, hopefully. All right. So, James, Karabo, can you see anything weird and wonderful that looks a little bit wrong about graph one?
Yes.
Yeah, of course they're saying yes because they don't have to give the answer now. And anything weird and strange going on about graph two?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this a lot. Eh? All right, here's the question. What is wrong with graph 1? Explain how or why this graph might be misleading. And then the second part of it is explain how or why graph 2 might be misleading or inaccurate. And those are the two graphs, and it is on the web page, and so you can get those questions from our web page and work through it during the ad breaks. Not while the show's on, because you've got to be focusing and concentrating. All right. Let's go around and let's have a look. So, in summary, what are we looking at? We're going to learn today that profit is equal to income minus expense, or income is profit plus expense, or expense is equal to income minus profit. Okay? We discussed that last week. We had a look at the summary last week, so I'm not going to spend too much time with that. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to get on with the show. But before we get on with the show, there's something I've got to tell you. This weekend is an ultra special weekend. Do any of you guys know why?
Is it the It's a leap year thing, so there's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no.
It's 2014.
No, I meant
Okay.
in. Okay, never
All
mind.
right, it's
Don't
not leap
worry
year,
about
so
that.
please ignore them, all right? But the exciting thing
That's
about this
awkward.
weekend, guys, is this is the weekend where we have something called a shave-a-thon, or you can spray your hair different color, and it's all in aid of our Cancer Association in South Africa.
Yes.
Okay. And in honor of that association, in fact, they do a phenomenal job. What we've decided to do today is we're going to present the show with our hair colored. Okay. So we've brought into the studio some spray paint. Okay. Now, while I'm explaining this to you, I'm going to ask my two guys to come and stand in front of the podium there. And so what we're going to do is we are going to start off by getting Looney. Okay, Looney, you trust us?
Yes.
Of course you do. We're going to get Looney to come and stand by the boys, and we are going to spray their hair a little, your hair a little bit.
The boys must come here because I've got mic issues. Or can I go-
Okay.
can I
All
go-
right, so the boys are going to go there. Okay, so guys, just walk in front of the camera and stand around Looney, and I'm going to join you just now as well.
Okay.
And we're going to spray her hair. We got an option of
This
blue
part.
and red, and Looney is going to decide which one.
I want
So
the
what
next
I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk this way as well. Here I am. I should be in your shot. Okay. Now, Looney, I want to tell you something. You have nothing to be worried about, because this is wonderful hairspray. Okay. Totally reliable. It's made in China. And I mean, when things are made in China, they have to be reliable.
Never trust.
Okay, so here goes. All right. Now, Looney, first of all, who's going to spray your hair?
They can both do it because I want both colors.
You want both colors. Which color do you want first?
Blue.
You want the blue first.
Wait,
Right,
wait,
so
wait, I need
you're
to
going
take a
to
picture
come
as
this
well.
side. All right, just mind all
Do we
these
not need to give
technology
her the
things.
coat?
Can I turn it? Oh, we need a coat, eh? You
Yeah.
want to go get the coat quickly? Because we want to protect your
Your
blue
hair.
shirt. Why we want to do that, I have no idea. So here's
What
the
do
coat.
you mean?
And we're going to protect it. Are we just going to do this bit?
Yes, you're doing
Or the whole bit?
No, you're doing this part.
Just the top bit.
Please
Right.
do it nicely.
Okay, well, of course we'll do it
Like
nicely.
cool.
Right, Karabu, off you go.
Okay.
And here we go. All right, so that's the blue one, which looks like it's totally red. Like I said, it's made in China, so anything can happen on this show. Okay.
Is it showing? Do
It's
the
not
front part
showing
as
a little
well.
bit. Right, let's give her some blue or red.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, spray more on the front, that side, so the camera can see. It's not really showing on this black funny thing you have on your head here, I must admit. Okay, so I think what we'll do is let's do someone with blonde hair. Okay, so
Can I
here
have
we
that
go.
coat?
You want the lab coat? No, you better, hey,
Please.
because if you get this on your blazer, your principal's not going to be
Not
happy.
too happy
I
with
also
me.
want to spray.
You're someone, okay, you do it. Right, here we go.
Any part.
Okay, and Karabu, you want to do a little bit of else?
I'll just do the back.
All right, cool. Do you want to turn around and show them what you look like? Turn around the camera. A bit of blue dripping down your forehead, sliding down your neck. You know what? This is definitely made in China. We have a problem here, Houston. All right, guys, go back to where you are and keep walking. Please don't bleed all over the place.
What about you?
Okay. We'll do me during the ad break, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, it depends what this looks like within the few minutes.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let me go back there, and then we can carry on with the lesson.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Right. Are you okay then?
Yes, I'm fine.
But you can't even see it
I
on your
wanna
head.
see.
You can't see.
It's more on the back.
It's all over. You're dripping down crazy. Maybe the camera can get a shot here.
Oh, shame, he's dripping.
Ibrid? Okay. Right. Let's get on. Can you get a shot of his hair there? A nice close up there. All right. Looks like a real mess there. But I think you need to wipe yourself down a bit with that coat, eh? Otherwise, I'm going to face your headmaster tomorrow because your blazer. will
And
be-
my mother.
And your mother. Oh, I'm more nervous about the mother.
Yeah.
Okay, folk, we've had lots of fun. Please remember, this show is in honor of our Cancer Association And we want to remember all those folk who are suffering from cancer. And in particular, I know you guys, you have someone at your school who's currently got cancer. And
do.
so most of our school guys last week actually shaved their heads and also did a bit of hairspray in honor of these guys. Okay, let's go on to our first question. Now, at the end of our program last week, we actually had a caller who SMS'd us and said to us, when I've got a contract, how do I know which cell phone contract is the better one to use? Do you remember that, Looney? Okay, you don't
I'm
remember.
surprised you remember. Yeah, I do remember.
Do you remember
I just
who the
forgot-
caller was?
No. That's the thing. I forgot who it was.
Okay, well, this is quite embarrassing because we've all forgotten who the caller was. So if you're out there and you're listening to us, because we did promise we'd go through this answer,
Yes.
won't you just quickly send
us
a
who you
message to Looney and give us your name again so that we remember. But here was the question. The question was, which contract should I know I should choose? Okay, and I started off saying what we should do is illustrate the contract on a bar graph, okay, or not a bar graph, on a set of axes rather. So let's have a look at this example. Here I have it. Option 1. Karabu, do you want to read that for me? We've got 3 options, okay? So we want to go out, we want to buy a cell phone, right? And we don't know which cell phone to get, but we know there are 3 options. Option 1 says
R3 per minute.
3 rand per minute. Is there any mention of the fact that there's a contract involved?
No.
No, not at all. It just says we're paying 3 rand a minute. Now let's have a look at option 2. Okay, James,
Yeah?
what is option 2?
That's 100 Rand per month plus 2 Rand per minute.
Okay, Karabu, does that speak to you of a contract of
Yeah,
sorts?
contract is coming in now.
Absolutely. And why is there a contract coming in? How do you know that?
Because it says per month.
Okay, because you're
So-
paying 100 Rand per
Per
month.
month.
Before you've even made a call, you're paying 100 Rand. Okay? So James, for example, I know he doesn't have many friends. Okay? But he has a cell phone. And he's got the cell phone and he can't make any calls because no one will give him his number. Okay? Or their number. So he just looks in great anticipation at his cell phone, day in and day out, and thinks to himself, myself, I wish I could phone somebody. I wish someone would give me their number, but no one does. At the end of the month, James has made no calls whatsoever, but his mother gets a bill, and the bill is, Karabu, what?
100 Rand.
100 Rand, because that is the contract price. So before you even make a call, you're paying 100 Rand. After that, for every minute he talks, if only he could, James, what would you be charged?
2 Rand per minute that you're speaking.
Absolutely. Okay. Now, there's an option 3. Karabo, read it for us.
300 Rand per month plus 1 Rand per minute with 100 free minutes.
Absolutely. Again, speaks of a contract.
Yes,
Agreed?
yeah.
Why?
Because it says per month and per minute and 3 minutes, but it's per month. So no matter, even if you
300
don't
rand
use
per
it,
month.
you're still going to be paying 200 Rand per month.
Absolutely. So again, James in the situation. He decides he wants a better phone, so he goes for a bigger contract. Now, he looks at his phone again for another month, thinking to himself, myself, I wish I could phone someone. But he doesn't. At the end of that month, he now pays 300 Rand, because that's the cost of the contract. Were he to make a phone call, let's pretend he goes to sleep one night, he dreams, and in his dream he has a friend. And he phones this friend. Now he talks to the friend for a minute. How much will he be charged for that minute, James?
1 Rand.
Absolutely wrong. Okay? Why is he wrong? Because he's entitled
Oh, I
to
got 100 free
100
minutes.
free
You should have
minutes.
told me that was there, so, and then I
Okay.
would have.
So, and the mistake James has made, sadly, a lot of guys in matric at the end of the year make that same mistake. So he's got 100 free minutes. So now, James, let's say you go back to sleep again the next night. And now, in this totally unrealistic dream, you have lots of friends. Okay? And you phone all your friends and you talk for 105 minutes. How many minutes are you going to be charged for?
1 minute. No, you got
You talk for 105 minutes?
Only 5 minutes.
5 minutes, thank you,
So
Karabu.
that's exactly
Okay.
what I've
You
said.
talk for, you get paid for 5 minutes. Why for 5 minutes? Because you've got the 100 free. Now, let's plot the scenario on this graph below, okay? And I'm going to say that my vertical axis, remember, in the old days, those horrible, horrible, horrible days when you did mathematics, yuck, okay? You used to call this your y-axis, and this used to be called, can you guys remember?
X.
X-axis. Why are you remembering the things you shouldn't remember, chaps? Okay, because now we do Maths Lit, we don't talk X's and Y's, because those are like swear words in the Maths Lit classroom, okay? No algebra. Block my ears, hide with shame, and blush unbelievably. Okay, so my y-axis, which we're not calling y, we now call what? The
vertical
axis.
that's
There we
there.
go.
That's the
All right.
ones.
We're going to pretend
Vertical.
that is our cost in rands. Okay. And let's say this is 100, 100, 200, 300, 400. This here is going to be 500 rand, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is 1,000 rand. Oops, another zero.
Yep.
Okay. Now we're going to say, let's pretend we talk for a total of, I don't know, should we say 400 minutes?
Yeah.
Gee, that would be great for you, wouldn't it?
That would be
James? Okay.
fantastic.
So 100 over here, 200 over here, 300 over here, and 400 minutes over here. Now, let's plot all these scenarios on this graph. The first one says this, 3 rand a minute. Okay. Now, chaps, does it say 3 rand a minute, then 1 rand 50 a minute, then 2 rand a minute, then 4 cents a minute?
No.
Not at all.
No,
It's a
no.
constant, what?
3 rand.
3 rand a minute. Now, soon as the word constant hits your mind, what other word hits your mind?
Straight lines.
Straight line. Absolutely. Okay, so I know that if I am not talking for any time, let's change our color. I'm going to
Green.
pink.
Oh,
Should we go green?
Yeah,
Okay,
green.
Let's go green. If I talk for no minutes, it's going to cost me nothing.
Obviously.
Agree? If I talk for 400 minutes, what's it going to cost me?
3 times 400.
Absolutely. Okay. And we don't want to embarrass you. Oh my goodness, all kinds of things are happening here. Okay, we don't want to embarrass you and ask you what that is. And we're going to use our calculator. But in the classroom, I always tell these guys, that's the sad thing, hey? They've got me as a teacher. Well, I think the sad thing is I've got them as students. But anyway, what I always tell them in the classroom is this. Always use your...
Calculator.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't say it like that. Hey? I say it with more like boom.
With
All right.
passion.
Always use your calculator. Why? Because in an exam you're nervous and you could
Mess up.
mess up, or the English terminology would be you could make careless mistakes.
Oh, that's-
All right. So now we're going to say, okay, if I speak for 400 minutes and each minute costs me 3 rand, I'm going to talk for my cost is going to be a total of
1,200.
1,200. So 400 minutes, 1,200 stops about there. We said it's got to be a straight line, right? Why? Because there's a constant price of 3 rand. So let's draw a straight line. Okay, we're going to try and find a straight line. Here we go. We've got a straight line, and you guys want me to use green, so let's do that. So here's my straight line. We happy with that? Looks like a
Perfect.
cool graph.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like-
And the important thing about that graph, guys, is I've used a ruler to draw it. Well, I haven't today, but I've got the proper equipment behind me. But you guys don't have the board I have. So in your exam, you take out a
Ruler.
And it's like Laurel and Hardy show,
Yeah.
this, isn't it? Okay, so you take out a ruler and you use the ruler. Now, let's plot the next thing over here. Okay, so we are now going to look at option 2. Option 2 says this, 100 rand a month. So, James, when you don't talk at all, how much are you paid? 100 rand, because that's the contract price.
100
Agreed.
rand.
Okay, you don't have to mouth it, you can actually talk it. Okay.
The mic
So
went off
you're
for
going
something.
to start on 100 rand. There's the 100 rand. Now, if I talk for 400 minutes, Karabu, how much am I going to pay?
Well, you're still gonna pay
2 times 400.
2 rand a minute, so it's 2 times 400. Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
So
800.
is my total 800?
No, because
No,
it's
why
100
not?
rand per month, so you have to add 100.
Ah, we got to add that contract fee of 100 rand. So plus 100 rand gives me now 900 rand. So I now know that with option number 2, 400, I'm only going to go up to 900, which is right about there. So let's get a straight ruler again. I'm going to use a different color just so we can see the difference in these. Okay, so there's the next graph over there. Okay. Final graph. Now, I know we should be taking an air break because time's run out, but I just want to finish this question quickly. So don't go away yet. All right, stay there. Okay. Now, 300 rand a month. So where am I going to start, chaps?
At 300.
At 300. Absolutely. Okay. So we're going to start at 300. Let's use a different color.
Blue.
Blue. Okay. I don't know if it shows. 1, 2, 300 rand. There it is over there. Now, let's see how clever you are. I talked for 400 minutes. Okay, if you had friends. 400 minutes. How much am I being charged for?
300 minutes.
300. Nice. Why?
Because
300?
100 are free.
100 are free. Cool. So now I'm going to say over here, cool. We've been charged only for 300. And how much do each of those cost?
1 rand. So
Okay, cool. So we're timesing by 1 rand and our answer's 300. Is that what I'm in charged?
No,
No, why not?
because it's 300 rand per month.
300 rand per month. So we add the 300
300.
rand and we're going to land up with
600 rand.
600. Brilliant. So let's do that. So we're going to start there. We're going to go 400 is actually 600 minutes. Okay. Now we draw a straight line, or try and draw a straight line. Let's get a nice color. Let's use white. Why? I don't know. Okay, here we go. There's the line over there. Now, the question that was asked us, has he told us his name yet, this chap, or not? Not yet, okay. So the question that was asked to us is, which contract do I choose? Well, let's have a look at this graph and let's decide. Now, chaps, if I were to only, let's say I was James. Ooh, what a horrible thought. But let's say I was James, had no friends at all, Karabu, which one would you choose? The green line, the red line, or the yellow line?
Well, the one that's 3 rand per minute. Because
Okay, because if you make no minutes, it's not going to charge you anything.
Exactly.
Okay? Let's say you make 50 minutes worth of calls. That's that over there. Okay? Which graph would you choose? The green, the pink, or the white?
the
Karabu?
50 minutes.
Again, yeah, for 50 minutes over here. Which one would you choose?
The
The 3 rand.
The
per
green one
month.
again.
Yeah, still,
Agreed.
because
Okay.
it's still-
Why? Because the price is lower. Okay. Let's say now you talk for 300 minutes. Which would be the better option, chaps?
The white
The
one?
white graph. Okay. Which is
The 100.
option 3.
Option
Okay.
3. That's
Why? Because it costs
Option
less
3.
money. And guys, that's the whole point here. And that's a great thing about putting all your cell phone contracts on a graph. Because you can say, Joe, like James, I have no friends. I'm hardly make any calls. The best option for me is a pay-as-you-go. Or, like Karabu, who can't stop phoning even when he's in my lessons, okay? Can't stop phoning. He needs a wonderful contract that allows a lot of minutes for the cheapest option. He's going to go for option number 3. Guys, I hope that makes it clear for you. And I think we're going to take an ad break.
Yes. Mindset is just a reminder to complete your test yourself questions from the notes. All you need to do is download your show notes and then complete the test yourself questions. Fill in the entry form and you might stand a chance to win 110 Rand airtime from Vodacom. Just quick shout outs to Snazo, Alton, Tobisi, Edward, Nyameko, Zamoku, Tuli, and Ngule. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Don't go anywhere though, we are taking a break, so we'll see you straight after this. Hi there. Welcome back, guys. I hope you guys are still enjoying the lesson.
How's it, guys? Welcome back. Well, during our ad break, they sprayed my hair. Can you see that? I don't know. Is it showing?
You can see your scalp is a bit red.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah,
Looking
that's it.
quite slick.
Well, they
sir.
sprayed my hair. Why? Because we said this show is in honor of our Cancer Association of South Africa. Remember,
Yes.
this weekend you can go out, get your head shaved at different shopping centres, or get colour sprayed in your hair, and in so doing, you give a donation for the Cancer Association, and that's used for different cancer hospitals as well as research. Okay, worthwhile cause. Think about it. All right. Guys, welcome back. For those of you who don't know, we got two guys in the studio, James and Karabu. Okay, and
Thank you,
from the
sir.
looks of things, not the brightest little or the sharpest pencils in the pencil box, eh? But we're trying. Aren't
We're
we?
trying,
We're
sir.
trying.
Our
Okay,
hearts.
let's go. Right, we said we're going to look at different tariff structures in today's lesson. Now, I've got funny stuff running down my
It's
face
that
here. I think
red,
it's
yeah.
all the spray. Okay. But one of the things we said was we were going to look at different tariff structures, and today what we're going to look at is water tariff structures. Now let's have a look at this. Here's a table behind me, okay, and it kind of looks confusing at first. So every municipality has a water tariff structure, okay. So here you can see the water used, anything from 0 to 6 kiloliters, you're going to get for absolutely free. Between 6 and 15, you're paying R8.95. More than 15 and up to including 20 kiloliters, you're paying R13.80 per kiloliter. Okay. Now, folks, what I've got to stress is this. We're going to go right back to 1994, when we first had our very, very first democratic election. And the ANC came up with certain promises, okay? And very worthwhile promises, I do believe this. And they turned around and said this: every person has a right to what?
Water and electricity.
Well, water, anyway,
And
okay?
water.
They said every person also has a right to what else?
Education.
Absolutely.
Education.
Okay, right. And they also said that everyone also has a right to
A
housing.
house.
Okay, so that's what they said, and that's what they've tried to promise the public. So every municipality now comes up with a water tariff, okay, a different structure. But the one thing that's common with all municipalities is this: they have to give you free water. Why? Because there was a promise made. And so, if you look at the structure, you will actually see that in this specific municipality, they're saying you use anything from no water up to and including 6 kiloliters, they won't charge you a cent for that water. Now, that's kind of cool, isn't it, guys?
No,
All right.
definitely.
How much is 6 kiloliters? Do you know how many liters that is?
It's a 6,000 liters.
Absolutely, 6,000 liters. Now, is 6,000 liters a lot of water, or is it not a lot of water? Well, let me ask
Definitely
Looney
a
to
lot
do
of
us
water.
something, because this might be quite interesting. Looney, I want you to go, because you've got a funny machine thing there. I want you to go to Google and find out for us how many liters of water, on average, people use in the bath.
In the bath.
In the bath.
Okay, cool.
Okay, you know that thing you sit and you clean yourself. Okay, right. So that's what Looney's doing. While she's doing that, we're going to go through this question, and then hopefully Looney's going to find an answer for us, and we'll then decide, is 6 kiloliters really a lot of water, or is it not really a lot of water? Okay, so if I use anything up to 6 kiloliters, I'm not paying a thing. If I use from 6 kiloliters to 15 kiloliters, I'm paying R8.95 per kiloliter. Now, in fact, you will see here, oops, what am I seeing? I don't know, it's all running away. You will see here I have different categories, okay? So in this case, I have 5 different categories. In my first category, I have 6 kiloliters. What do I have in my second category, chaps? From 6 to 15?
9.
9.
9.
Absolutely. Okay. We got 9 kiloliters. Now, from 15 to 20 kiloliters, what do I have?
5 kiloliters.
5
5.
kiloliters. Cool. Wonderful. Okay. From 20 to 30 kiloliters.
10 kiloliters.
Brilliant. And then greater than 30, an infinity amount.
Yeah.
Okay. So it just carries on and on and on and on. If it's greater than 30, it's greater than 30, no matter what it is. Okay, so let's say, and let's look at our first question. Our first question says, calculate the cost excluding VAT. Okay, now all the prices given exclude VAT for using 27 kilolitres of water. Okay, now chaps, we are going to add this up until we get 27 kilolitres of water. Right.
Perfect.
I need all 6. Agreed? If I use another 9, how many have I used in total?
15.
15. Okay? If I use another 5, how many have I used now?
20.
20. Cool. If I use another 10, what have I got now?
30.
30. That's too much. Okay?
you need
So I
7.
don't want all 10 kilolitres in this category. How many do I want?
7.
Only 7. Okay, so let's take a little eraser, rub that out, and say, you know what, we don't want all 10, we only want 7 kilolitres. Let's just check. 6 plus 9 is?
15.
Plus 5 is?
20.
Plus 7 is?
27.
27. Okay, so we've got to our 27 kilolitres of water. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work out what is the cost of all that. All right, chaps. How much am I paying for my first 6 kilolitres of water?
Nothing.
Nothing. Because free is actually no rands and no cents. So nothing times 6 is going to give me a wacko price of?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Okay? What am I paying for the next 9 kilolitres?
£8.95.
£8.95. Okay? Now, James, I know you can do this in your head, but I'm not going to ask you because I like to say you've always got to use your
Calculator.
Okay, I'm going to move the calculator to this side of the screen. Our producer's now going mad looking for the calculator. But anyway, so we're now going to say, right, I've got 9 kilolitres. Each of those kilolitres cost me £8.95. Multiply that out, and I'm going to get an answer of 80 rand
55
55
cents.
cents. So it's 80 rand 55 cents. Okay. Now, how much am I paying for the next 5 kilolitres?
13 rand.
80 cents.
Per kilolitre. Agreed? Okay. So let's multiply that out. Out comes our calculator again. I keep pushing the wrong thing here today. Okay. So 13 rand 80 multiplied by 5, and that gives me an answer of
69.
69 rand. Cool. So I've got 69 rand. Now, my next 7 kilolitres are costing me what?
22 rand 95.
22 rand 95 for the next 7 kilolitres equals, and I get an answer of?
160.65.
Okay, 160 rand 65 cents. Okay. Now, we add all that up. Okay. So our calculator now comes out and we say, right, 160 rand 65 plus the 69 rand plus the 80 rand and 55 cents plus the 0. Do I have to say plus 0, guys?
No.
No, I don't, because 0 plus anything is the anything. Okay, equals, and my answer works out to be 310 rand and
0.20 cents.
20 cents.
20 cents. Okay, 310 rand, oops, and 20 cents. Okay, but folk, we haven't ended there. Let's have a look at this table at the bottom. There's a monthly fee, okay, that's payable every month, irrespective of the amount of water I use. If I use more than 6 kilolitres. If I use 6 kilolitres or less, so anything from 0 to 6 kilolitres, I'm not paying anything. But in this case, I've used more than 6 kilolitres. How many have I used?
27.
27 kilolitres. So if I use 6.5 kilolitres, there's a monthly charge because it's more than 6 kilolitres. In this case, I've used 27 kilolitres, so the monthly fee applies. What is that monthly fee? It's a monthly fee of
89 rand.
89 rand
95
and
cents.
95 cents. So we're going to now add that to our total. Plus 89 rand and 95 cents equals, and there's my answer, 400 rand and 15 cents. 400 rand, oops, and 15 cents. That 4 looks like one of yours, James. Okay, that's it. All right.
That looks
Now,
like Carabas.
the guys we've got to think about is this. So many guys in matric, and I say guys, and please, I'm not being sexist here. When I say guys, I'm talking to girls and the boys, all right? So many folk in a final matric exam paper look at this question, okay? How many, where's the question? There's gone. What is the cost for using 27 kiloliters? They look at the table and say, yes, like, this is so easy. And they get so happy and they say, well, 27 fits into this category over here. So I'm just going to say 27 times 22 Rand 95. Wait, you can't do that. Why not, chaps?
Because you need to go through every step in order to get to 27.
Absolutely.
You have to add all
Because
the...
if I've used 27 kiloliters, I am still entitled to my 6 kiloliters, which are free. So I've got to make the first 6 kiloliters from this category. The next, 9 kiloliters from my second category. So I'm in charge. The more water I use, the more I'm going to land up paying. Okay. Do you have an answer for us?
Yes, it takes 150 liters to fill a bath. So now a mindset has said it's probably like 16 liters for a person to wash.
60 liters.
Yes.
Okay. So they're saying it takes around about 150 liters to fill up a bath. You know what? I don't think so. Hey? I think it takes even more.
That's
Because if you think that one bucket is 20 liters, right? You put more than 6 buckets in a bath.
But it's
Did you?
Google, it's not Google.
It's Google. Oh, I can't trust Google, hey?
Never
Okay.
trust.
And especially for me, to wash this body, okay, we need a heck of a lot of water, all right. So I'd say you're looking around about 300 liters of water to have a bath. Now, chaps, if you need 300 liters of water to have a bath, let's just have a look at something here, okay? 300 liters, oops, where's going, oh, our screen's going all funny here. Okay, here we go. 300 liters, how many days in a month on average?
Like 31.
Let's go for 30.
30.
Okay, because
30.
31's hard to do. Okay.
30 is good.
So we're going to look at 30. If I multiply that by 30, I've got 0, 0, 3 threes are 9. I'm looking at 9,000 liters, which is how many kiloliters?
900.
We'll say 9 kiloliters.
No, that- exactly.
Because there are 1,000 liters
9.
in a kiloliter. Okay. Bravo, maybe you should be answering these questions, okay, just to help.
I'll help him out.
Yeah, okay.
It's that
Hey,
spray.
guys, I hope a lot of your
It's the-
friends aren't watching you.
It's the Chinese spray.
Yeah.
All right. So 9 kiloliters of water I will use if I want to bath every single night. How many kiloliters is this municipality giving me for free?
6.
Only
6.
6 kiloliters. So in other words, if I want to stay within that 6 kiloliter per month, guys, I can't have a bath every single night. Okay? So 6 kiloliters is not a lot of water. Understand that. And so what the government are actually saying to you is this, that if you are privileged enough to have a bath every single night, you're going to pay for it. If you are privileged enough to have a garden that needs to be watered, you're going to pay for it. If you are privileged enough to have a swimming pool in your yard and you've got to fill up that pool, you're going to pay for it. Okay? So the more privileged you are, the more you're going to pay. And that's why we have these structures in place. Because the feeling is, if you are more privileged, you can afford to pay more. All right? Guys, do we understand? Okay, we
Yes,
happy
sir.
with that? Right. Now, the next question goes on to say this. Determine the final bill if the 14% VAT needs to be added to your answer above. So what was our answer? Can you guys remember? 400 Rand
400 Rand
and
and
15 cents. So we've got 400 Rand and 15 cents. To that, we've got to add 14% of that amount of 400 Rand and 15 cents. Agreed? Now, we're not going to do that. Our calculator's going to do it. And it's going to say, right, we have 400 Rand and 15 cents. To that, we're going to add 14%. What does percent mean?
Over 100.
Nice, well done. Whenever I hear the word percent, the first thing that jumps to my mind is over 100. The guys know it. Okay? Now, multiply that by what?
415
15
cents.
cents. And my final answer, there it is, 456 and how many cents, guys?
17.
17. All right, can we see that rounding? It says, comma, 171 cents. Now, guys, we can't get 0.01 of a rand. Okay, you can't get comma 1 of a cent. So we got to round it. We know we got to round it to 2 decimal places. Why 2, Karabu?
Because that's how it just works.
All money is
All
2
money,
decimal places.
Okay, all money gets rounded to 2 decimal places. So, can you guys remember that figure? Because I won't. Shall we go?
Yep.
What was it?
456
56 and
17.
17 cents. That's the total cost of the water. Okay. Now, the next question is quite a tricky kind of question, but I love it because it makes you think. And I would say this is like a level 4 type of question. Your brain's really got to work. So, James, this is going to hurt you a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Right. A particular person got a water bill of nothing. Okay? That's a great bill to get. Right. Got a water bill of nothing 1 month. Does this mean the person used no water that month? Explain. Karabu, do you think the person used any water? Didn't get a bill?
Well, he might have used water, but used between the parameter of the free that the municipality gives.
Okay. And then this particular municipality says anything from 0 to 6 kiloliters.
So he might have used 4 kiloliters.
Okay, so the person could have used anything from 0 up to 6 kiloliters of water. He might have used 3.2 kiloliters, or 5 kiloliters, or 1 kiloliter, or even 6 kiloliters. He would not have got a bill for that. All right? Why? Because the first 6 kiloliters are absolutely free. And even with the monthly fee, anything 6 and lower is absolutely free. Okay. You guys all right on this?
Perfect.
I think you guys are making great teachers. It will be absolutely wonderful if you go into that career one day. Okay, just don't teach maths. Right, our next question is this. The graph below shows the average annual inflation rate in South Africa from January 2010 to January 2013. All right, chaps, a few things I need to ask you. First of all, what does inflation mean? Tell me. We discussed it in great detail last year.
Okay, so basically inflation is... Yeah, you remember you said you would finish off this.
It's an increase, sir.
Of what?
Inflation is an increase in money. So, yeah, James, you said that you also knew what it
Yeah, because you said that. So basically...
Okay, let me put these guys out of the misery. They seem to be shifting it along here. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I taught them this. So guys, in general, inflation is the average price increase of all our goods every single year. That's what you were trying to tell us.
That's exactly.
That's exactly. Okay. So now, if from January 2010, let's have a look at this graph. From January 2010 to January 2011, how much did goods go up?
3.55%.
Absolutely. On average, about 3.55%. From January 2011 to January 2012, how much did everything go up?
6.10%.
Okay, and in January 2012 to January 2013?
5.70%.
Okay, now, here's the first question I want to ask you. And guys, if we know how to answer this question, we're beginning to understand inflation. Look here. Did the price of goods get more expensive or cheaper from January 2012 until January 2013? Explain your answer. So guys, when we look at this, here we have an inflation rate of 6.1%. Here we have an inflation rate of only 5.7%. James, did my goods get more expensive or did they become cheaper?
They got more cheaper.
They got more cheaper.
Okay. Yeah,
Because the graph looks like it's less.
but it got
doesn't
more
it?
expensive, so
Inflation is
because
still increasing.
Okay.
yeah,
All
because
right.
it went from that 6.10% up another 5.
Okay.
So it's like a
Brilliant.
ladder.
Well done. Sure, at least I've taught them something. Eh?
I'm back,
In fact,
sir,
I'm
I'm
so
back.
happy I'm going to go and celebrate.
back.
Let's have an ad break and we'll come back to this chaos.
James! No, James. My message is let's take a quick break and we'll see you straight after this. Welcome back, Mindsexers. From that break, I won't waste any more of your time.
Right, how's it guys? So just before the break, there was a sense of excitement because my two helpers got something right. Okay? And what they said was this, that if you look at the graphs here behind me, you will see that from January 2010 to January 2012, there was a 3.5% increase in goods. The next year, there was a 6.10% or 6.1% increase. The following year, there was a 5.7% increase. Now, although it looks like things have got cheaper because the other graph hasn't gone up, or isn't as high as the first one, okay, things have still gone up in price, but they haven't gone up as much as they did the previous year. So in this year, everything went up 6.1%. The following year, it still went up, but only by 5.70%. Okay, James Carabo, how would I know if things got cheaper?
If things got cheaper,
What would my inflation be?
0.
Well, 0 would mean it stays the same.
So,
If the inflation has gone down in the next year, then it means that things have gotten cheaper.
Yeah, so
But you're saying
what would
how?
my graph look like? It would be negative, wouldn't it?
does that mean negative?
Yeah, because here's my 0 line.
Oh, and it's gone under.
There we go.
This is
Okay.
weird.
So
Okay.
if this was here like 3%, it would mean everything got cheaper
By 3%. Oh, okay.
Now, let's have a look at the next question. Here's a question. Calculate the expected cost of a fridge in January 2013 if it cost 3,293 Rand in January 2010. Okay? So for 3 years, okay, we bought a fridge in January 2010. It cost us 3,293 Rand. How much would it cost today if it kept up or kept going up the same as the inflation rate? Okay, so the first thing we know is this, that in the first year, how much did it go up?
3.55.
3.5%. So to this amount, I am adding, how much?
3.55 over 100.
3.55 over 100
100
of that amount. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Of 3,293 Rand. Agreed? So
Yes.
we take out our calculator and we do it with that. Okay, how much was our fridge?
3.2, I'm not too sure.
93. Okay,
That's
cool.
the one.
Thanks for helping me there. Right. To that, we adding, what was the percentage?
3.55.
Oh, my goodness.
3.55.
It was 3.55. There we go. 3.55
Over 100.
Okay. Multiply that now by
3293.
3293. Okay. Equals, what would the fridge have cost me the following year?
3409.90.
Okay. Which in English means
It's
3,000.
409 Rand
409 Rand
and 90 cents.
and 90 cents. Okay, brilliant. But it doesn't stay there, folk. The following year, the price goes up again because inflation hasn't gone up. And how much has it gone up the following year?
6.1%.
6.1%. So to that amount, we're now adding 6.1% of our 3,409 Rand and 90 cents. Agreed?
Yes.
So let's do that. Out comes our calculator. And, okay, remind me of the figure. It was 3409.90.
90.
Okay, to that, we're going to add. What was my percentage?
6.1.
6.1%, which means over 100, multiplied by
3409.
9 Rand and
90 cents.
90 cents. Okay, cool. And that gives me an answer now of
3,617.
Rand.
90
And?
cents.
90 cents.
Okay, will you remember that? Cool, here we go. So it's going to be 3,600
And
and...
17 Rand.
Yeah.
90 cents.
Okay, let me just check them. Not that I don't trust these guys, but you know, one never knows. The following year, it goes up again. Not quite as much as the 6.15%, but lads, by how much?
5.70.
By 5.7, but it's still going up. So it goes up by another 5.7%. So to that, we're going to add 5.7. Oops, here we go.
Yep.
Let me try and clean that up. That looks really ugly, doesn't it? In fact, James, that looks like your handwriting. Okay, so 5.7% of 3,617 rand and 90 cents.
90 cents.
Okay, so we bring this up on our calculator again. Will you remember the figure? So it was 3617.90. To that, we are going to add
5.7
over
over 100.
Yeah, oops. 5.7.
7
There we go. Over 100. Okay, cool. Multiply by
3617.
0.90. Okay, you guys are really being helpful. All right, so my answer is 3,824 rand and 12 cents. Will you remember that?
Yeah.
Cool. What was it? 3,000?
And 85.
My word, 3,824 rand and 12 cents.
cents.
Okay. Now that's the price of my fridge after 3 years, when we've taken into account all the inflation over those 3 years. So before it used to cost me 3,293 rand, same fridge, same type, haven't added a diamond or anything, but 3 years later it now costs 3,824 rand and 12 cents. You guys good on that?
Good.
Okay, cool. Guys, we're down to about 1 minute and 30 seconds to look at our challenge question. Now, this is the question that these guys said they knew the answer to, and now we're going to test to see if they really do know the answer. This is going to be an interesting segment. Okay, so first thing, what is wrong with graph 1? And how can it be deceiving, chaps? What do you notice is wrong?
It's the months.
Starts
Looks like
in
it starts in
December.
December, yeah.
Okay, absolutely, guys. Let's look at these months. We've got December, November, October, September, August, July, June, May, April, March, February, January. That sounds like a grade 1 trying to tell all the months of the year. Okay? Or James trying to tell the months of the year. Okay, but anyway,
Why was this
that is what it looks like. Why do you think a salesperson would do that?
Because isn't it in most working years, the end at a certain time, not it ends at the end of the year, doesn't, I don't know. Just
No, you know. Yeah.
Okay. If you look at this, can you see this
Months.
graph is going higher and higher and higher and higher? So for a person, if I was a salesperson and showed you this graph, said, look how good my company is, you're going to look and say, wow, this
that's-
company's growing, it's getting better and better and better and better. But actually it's not. Because what's the last month in the year, guys?
December.
Okay, good, we got that right. And from that we can see December's actually the lowest. So if I were to draw this graph would probably be doing something like that. Now it's not good to show that. All right. Thanks, guys, for being in the studio. You've done your school proud. Everything's great. Can't believe we've run out of time already.
Yeah, no, it's late for us. Mindset, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Garbo. Thank you, James. Shout out to all your
Sure.
friends on your behalf. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Goodbye from us.